What up guys, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're gonna be starting off right where we left off in the last video. I'm wanting to get the piping painted. So currently it's nighttime. I want to get this stuff painted tonight. We're gonna go ahead and pull the valve cover off as well, because I'm gonna be doing all this stuff in wrinkle black, and it would be nice to get it done tonight so that hopefully tomorrow it'll be dry enough that we can reassemble all this stuff. Because I mean, we still have quite a bit that we have to do to the car. I gotta put like the axles in, I gotta put the battery tray and battery, and just like all the little loose ends, man. Honestly, I don't remember everything that needs to be done. I need to go over it and make sure that I've gotten everything. I gotta do all the AC lines and all that stuff, because a lot of this stuff is just sitting here, just mocked up for the, you know, for fabrication, man. I wanted all this stuff to be in here so that he knew what it is he had to go around and whatnot. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and continue with getting these pipes ready for paint. I don't want any paint going inside of the pipe, so we are gonna mask that off. And then I also, to paint these, I want to hang them. So I got some, ran up to the good old Home Depot, and I just grabbed some cheap stuff to hang them. And this is twine. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, sisal twine. Knife, twine, file, tape. That's everything we're gonna use. Oh, straws. Bang bang, boy, just like that, man. Now we got that thing all nice and masked off. So what we're gonna do at this point is we're gonna poke a little hole. Poke. Now we can bust out our twine. Make sure I have a piece long enough to reach through the pipe, and then I'm gonna add an extra piece that we can use to hang it from. I don't know where I'm gonna end up hanging it, so I'm gonna make sure that there's plenty of slack. We're gonna feed this through the hole. Oh my God, this stuff is a mess. All right, so this twine, before you cut it, I think it's gonna help to tape it. I know not to ever buy twine again. Because, yeah, this stuff, it frays like crazy, so that should make it a little bit easier to get through the hole, bro. Why didn't I just get baling wire like I always do? Hey, finally, it worked. And then on one side, I'm gonna go ahead and tie this onto our straw so that it can't pull through. All right, there it is. It seemed like a lot, huh? Now we'll be able to actually hang that up and paint all the way around it. All right, I got 3 more to do. All right, got these things all masked off and twined up. So now just take them out to the booth and we can hang them. Alrighty, got these things all hung up out here in the booth now. These are gonna be a spray paint special. I mean, obviously the wrinkle paint is in a spray can, so I'm also gonna be using spray can primer. Just using a Rust-Oleum gray primer. And then this is VHT Wrinkle Plus. This stuff I got off of Amazon a while back, so I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with this shit. So anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and primer them first. And then we gotta go get a valve cover pulled off. Exhaust. got the valve cover off, got it cleaned up really well, got it sanded, and I masked all the areas in which I don't want paint, and got it primered. So now everything is primered and basically ready for color. Now whenever it comes to doing this wrinkle paint job, I do 3 coats. I can never get it to actually wrinkle like consistently to where the whole thing looks uniform unless I use a torch, but we're not ready for that step quite yet. I do 3 coats. So the first 2 coats is basically just to get the whole thing black. Like you want to get everything completely blacked out first, and then I'll let it sit for a little while, and I'll do the last 3rd coat, do it kind of heavy, and then I'll come back with the torch and actually make it do that wrinkle effect. So, but now what I'm gonna do with my first coat is I'm gonna use this can of Rust-Oleum, just regular black. So just to black everything out. So I'm gonna do 1 coat of this. You don't have to do it like that, but to me, I would rather coat everything with this rather than do 3 coats with this, because this, it's more expensive of a paint, but it's also a little bit harder to find, you know what I'm saying? So I don't mind wasting a coat using just a regular can of Rust-Oleum. So that's what I'm gonna do, is go ahead and coat it all once with this, and then I'll do the 2nd coat with the actual wrinkle stuff, and then we'll wait about, I don't know, I say 15 minutes, but realistically it'll probably be 5, and then we'll start wrinkling. All right, I got the 2 coats on everything, and it has now sat for about 5-10 minutes-ish. All right, now just apply like a medium wet coat. Not like a real heavy wet coat, but not a real light wet coat. Like a medium wet coat, right? And now I'm just basically gonna take the torch, and you just wanna keep it moving, bro. You don't wanna focus on one spot too much. You're just trying to heat it up. You don't wanna burn it. Hell yeah, dude, there it is. I'm a fan of this wrinkled black. I think it's really subtle, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, it's just a really clean look, man. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. But yeah, the valve cover is coming out pretty dope. I noticed that the piping is actually wrinkling pretty well all by itself. So I gotta hurry up and get this last coat on the pipes, and then yeah, torch them. Alright guys, we got all the piping all sprayed last night, and it has had time to sit out there and dry. It's actually out there baking right now. Got this engine all opened back up, so when the valve cover obviously is dry, we'll get that back on. But I went ahead and grabbed the oil pan off because we do need to replace this gasket. I'm kind of thinking about maybe because I haven't bought the gasket yet, thinking about maybe taking the oil pan with me to check and make sure that whatever gasket they give me actually freaking fits, dude. Because for whatever reason, like, this isn't the engine that originally came in the car. Remember the runaround that we had with finding the right water pump? Like, I don't want to end up buying a damn oil pan gasket, getting to the house, and it being the wrong one. I don't have a lot of experience with single cams, so for all I know, they might be all the same, and you guys are gonna throw that in the comments and let me know, but I don't know as of right now. So I'm probably just gonna take that with me so we can check the gasket and make sure. But yeah, dude, I went in and pulled the radiator and the AC condenser and stuff out so that we have a little bit more room to really get everything all plugged in and put back where it is that it belongs. We gotta put the axles in. We have a lot of little stuff that we gotta do in order to get this thing up and going. Oh, I need to grab some synchro mesh too. I got oil from Walmart. I always buy my oil from Walmart. It's freaking cheaper, but they don't ever have synchro mesh for whatever reason. So auto parts store, oil pan gasket, synchro mesh. Let's go. Alright, we all back there, boy, and I picked up a few other things. So we grabbed some synchro mesh for the transmission and a bunch of brake cleaner because I'm plumb out of that stuff. So yeah, remember I said I was gonna take the oil pan with me so I could check and make sure that I get the right oil pan gasket. Well, I ended up getting AutoZone, and then I thought to myself, oh yeah, I forgot the oil pan at home. But anyhow, I grabbed the oil pan gasket, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, like it does look the same, but I don't know, this little like half moon, the smaller side, this is the part that was actually on the oil pan. I don't know, man, that looks like it's bigger than this, but it could just be because it's stretched or something. The guy at AutoZone made sure to let me know that it says right here on the back, not returnable if opened. Nifty. All right, so that's the least of my worries right now. So this old oil pan gasket is really freaking glued on there, dude. I've been trying as hard as I can to get the damn thing off, but it keeps ripping. For one, and for two, we have a whole lot of RTV we gotta get off of this thing, bro. Look at that. Freaking little chunks of the gasket stuck on there. Oh my god, this is gonna take my entire day. What can I say? But whenever I do get it done, I'll probably say hip hip hooray. And then throw it on the car and carry on with my day. Alright, I'm done. Well, this is an absolute disaster trying to get this crap off of here. Jeez. But I have an idea, and I'm wondering if it will work. Yep, I am definitely happy with that. That saved me a couple of hours worth of work. But of course now it needs to be cleaned very well, pressure washed. Yes sir, yes sir. Look, I know it's just an oil pan, but did you guys see that thing? That thing looked terrible. So I figured just a quick coat of satin black. I mean, it just make it look that much cleaner, you know what I'm saying? For whoever does win the car, whenever you're down there changing your oil, at least you have a shiny oil pan to look at. But anyhow, did you guys notice how the sandpaper isn't even sticking to my sander? Bro, all the adhesive on all my sandpaper is like liquid out here right now. That's how hot it is, man. I had to loosen all the lids on all of these just to relieve the pressure because they were all ballooning out. Dude, it's ridiculous out here right now. The cans of spray paint, like, dude, these things are so hot, they feel like they're gonna blow up. Which, they very well might, if I'm being honest. You know what else might? Which I need to take in the garage right now where it's cooler? This damn thing. Woo! I set it out here because I'm kind of afraid of it right now. Ooh, my God. Alright, well, while we are waiting for that stuff out there to dry, the oil pan and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and continue assembling on the car. I need to get the slave cylinder installed, in which, dude, that gave me a freaking heart attack, man. I'm sitting here, I'm just like leaning on the engine bay and I'm just like looking at stuff, you know? And then I noticed, I was like, oh shit. The turbo's right there. Is it gonna clear? Like, oh my God, bro. I went and grabbed this thing. Like, now while it is pretty close, I mean, there is still plenty of clearance. Whew. Could you imagine? I mean, could you imagine the turbo needs to be clocked in some way, in which would have changed all the piping? And dude, that's the kind of thing that would happen to me. That most certainly is, but I'm glad it didn't. So anyhow, I got to get the slave cylinder ran. I still have that factory hard line. We got to run up to the reservoir, and then of course I'm gonna have to bleed and get all the air out of that. There's some like brackets and stuff. Like, this still has the stock bracket that holds the wiring harness and shit. Like, that's supposed to go on that bolt right there for the transmission. I'm gonna get that. Just little stuff, dude. Oh, the starter. I got to install the starter and got to install the battery tray. Just do some buttoning up. You know, I'm sitting there looking at this thing and it dawned on me how much it is that Dustin actually got done that night. Whenever I went to go pick the trailer up from Junior and come back, like, he stayed working on this. Like, bro, he got all the torque mounts in, he got the grounds all hooked up, he freaking hooked up the fuel lines, like, ran the harness inside for the ECU. Like, dude, he was on a mission, bro. I didn't even realize how much he had done that night, man. So if you're watching this, Dustin, I appreciate you, bro. Hell yeah. Freaking knocked some shit out. But so I got the wastegate all bolted back on, but now the fire ring is in there and the gasket is in there, so it's good and tight and finalized. And then I got the clutch line ran. What took me so long with this, though, is I had to rework the clutch line itself and kind of bend it, because, I mean, look where it's at, dude. It was literally shooting straight up right where our intake has to go. So yeah, I was like, of course something had to be too good to be true. But yeah, I kind of massaged it down and got it to just swoop out to where it's not going to be in the way. Got that all hooked up back there to the back. Obviously still need to bleed that. And I got the downpipe wrapped with some header wrap. Dude, I love header wrap, man. It just makes things look so sick. So anyhow, I went ahead and I wrapped it kind of low up here and put a hose clamp on it. So then I can go back over it and actually wrap over the hose clamp so that you can't see it. And then come all the way down here to the bottom. And then I put a hose clamp down there on the bottom so that it won't move around. So there it is, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this on really quick. I'm excited to see what it looks like now that it's wrapped. All right, so I do have plenty enough header wrap left to go ahead and wrap the downpipe as well, but I'm gonna wait till after we go to the exhaust shop because they have to weld a flange or something onto the end right here. So I'm gonna let them do their thing, and then whenever we get done with exhaust, then I'll go ahead and pull it off and rewrap it. Okay, so I quickly realized that for some reason I don't have a gasket for the downpipe. I searched everywhere and everything that I have, like on the shelves and everything, for the damn gasket, and I don't have one. But luckily Cody had some extra ones. And if you guys don't know who Cody is, he's the fabricator, JB Engines, he's the one that just did all the piping and everything for us. So yeah, he told me to just swing by, that he had a couple gaskets he can throw me. So luckily we got a down pipe gasket now, and he gave me one for the wastegate. He told me to use this one right here in between the wastegate and the manifold. And that one that I have in there, it's one of those like thicker ones, you know, the ones that everybody tells you suck. He told me to pull that one out and put that in between the actual wastegate and the dump tube, and then put this one between the manifold and the wastegate itself. So now I gotta pull that freaking thing back off, man. No, I don't think you understand, okay? I don't think you understand that I had to tighten that back bolt right there like a quarter turn at a freaking time. Alright, the only thing I can fit back there is a damn Allen wrench. My Allen wrench socket won't fit. It's too tall. Son of a bitch. Alright, as much as I didn't want to, I got the damn gasket swapped around, bro. Can you guys tell? No, you can't tell. But I did it. Moving on, I was about ready to do the down pipe, and I realized I should probably put the oil pan on first, because that'd have been my luck, dude. I would have put the down pipe on and then realized, oh, now I can't put the oil pan on. Wow, look at that. Alrighty, moment of truth. Do we have the right gasket? Once you open it, you can't bring it back. Don't freaking think this is it, dude. Yeah, that's not the right gasket. Everything is right except for this area right here. Yeah, I hate single cams. Yep.